Do you know who's the wisest king in the Bible? Today, we're going to learn all about his story. Are you ready?
Bible Tell Time!
Solomon was the son of David. Before he died, David called for Solomon and told him to obey God's commands, to keep his rules and laws, and to live in God's way. Then he would have success in everything he does. After that, David died, and Solomon became the next king of Israel. One day, Solomon offered burnt offering to the Lord. Later that day, the Lord appeared to him in his dream. God said, "Ask for anything you want me to give you." Solomon said, "I'm still young and I don't know how to lead a nation. So give me wisdom so that I can be a good king to rule your people." God was happy with Solomon's request. So God said that he would give him wisdom and understanding heart. Apart from that, God promised to give him riches and power too. Solomon displayed God-given wisdom in his ruling. One day, two women came to Solomon with a very big problem. Both women were claiming to be the mother of a baby. To figure out who the real mom was, Solomon had an idea. He commanded to cut the baby into 2 pieces and give half of the baby to each mom. The first woman cried and said, "Please don't kill him, she can have the baby." But the other woman said, "Cut him into 2, I don't care." Now, who do you think is this child's real mother? That's right, it's the first woman. And that's how Solomon decided who was the real mom. And the whole nation saw God's wisdom upon him. God made Solomon very wise. He knew about plants, fish, birds, reptiles, and other animals. He even wrote most of the wise sayings in the book of Proverbs in the Bible. Because of his wisdom, he became very famous, and many people from other nations came to listen to him. Even the Queen of Sheba, who lived so far away, came to Solomon with many hard questions. Solomon managed to answer all her questions. There was not anything too hard for the king to explain to her. She was very amazed at Solomon's wisdom. Other than being known for his wisdom, Solomon also built the temple of God for the people to offer sacrifice and worship God. Solomon declared that he was going to be faithful to God and he will love him only. God reminded Solomon to stay faithful to him and to continue obeying his rules and laws. But he warned Solomon that if he chose his own way over God's way, then Israel will be torn apart. However, as the years went by, Solomon had many wives from many nations. They worshipped idols and did not know God. But instead of teaching them about God, Solomon built temples for their idols. And as he grew older, he also began to worship these idols. This made God very sad because Solomon had chosen his own way over God's way. As a result of his disobedience, Israel was divided, just as God had warned him.
And that was the story of Solomon. Solomon started off as a great king, and he led with the wisdom of God. However, he got distracted, and his disobedience from God led to the division of the nation of Israel. Let's learn from the life of Solomon. Ask God for wisdom whenever you need help in your decision making. We can also pray to God so that He helps us focus on Him. That way, we will never lose our way in God.